My name is Joseph Rittenhouse. I'm your financial coach, your financial educator. I'm here in Bryce Canyon, Utah. I want to talk to you about how important it is for parents to talk to their children about the family finances. I think this is one of the biggest lost opportunities to pass down a huge lesson in life. Doesn't it seem like the family finances are the source of the family's problems? The family has no time together. The family has stress from work. Maybe the family got education that was not necessary. And this all goes back to the family finances. If the family had better finances, all areas of life would probably be a lot better. I think it goes back to the whole idea of being sincere, being humble, being honest with yourself and with your children. I think asking for help, admitting that you don't know, is not a sign of weakness. I think it's actually a sign of strength. And I found in my own life, especially in the last couple years, the sooner I ask for help when there's something I don't know how to do, the quicker I get results and the better my results are. In our culture, what do they say? Don't talk about religion, politics, or money at the dinner table. Why? Okay, if you want to live your life like that, how is that working for you? It's probably not working very well for you. Let's get honest here. And what I've learned in education, in my own training that I received in education, is I found that a student will respect the instructor a lot more if the instructor says sometimes that they don't know, they don't have all the answers. The student will actually respect the instructor more. And I think the same is true with children as well. If parents are willing to take the risk, to take the chance to sometimes say, Mom and Dad don't have all the answers, you'll actually gain the respect of the children, not lose it. And the parents will actually see that as strength, not as a weakness. When you're sitting at the dinner table, don't be embarrassed to talk about money. This is going to be one of the biggest lessons that your children learn from you. It's going to be passed down for generations. If Mom and Dad are not having an effective plan, things are not working very well for Mom and Dad after 10, 20 years, be honest about it. Tell your children, maybe Mom and Dad are not doing things the best they could. Mom and Dad don't understand how to give you a better life. Maybe Mom and Dad should be reading more. Maybe Mom and Dad should be asking for help. There's nothing wrong with that. At the same time, it's kind of a putting yourself on the spot, right? It's saying, if I have to tell my child that I don't have all the answers, maybe that's the signal to myself that I need to go look for answers. I need to start reading more, go on YouTube, watch more videos, ask for help from other people who seem to be having a more effective plan, more effective way of living their life. Try to be more honest with your children. And I think you'll be surprised at the results. They're not dumb. Children are not stupid. Even as young as 5 years old, you can explain major big topics to them like life and death and money. For my own example is my niece. I explained to her what a credit card is. I said, I still have to pay this money back later. I explained to her why I don't have to work every day. I buy a house, people live in my house, they pay me money. It's not rocket science. And she's 6 years old. She said, oh, okay, I get that. She might ask another question or two just to, she's wondering about things. But if you do that year after year, after 18 years of your children growing up with you, you've passed down all those experiences, all that knowledge, the effective and the ineffective lessons that you've learned, and you're passing all that down to them. Yeah, sure, a child is not going to want to sit down and hear an explanation of mortgage and interest and car payments, 30-minute explanation on that. That's boring to a child. But if they learn through your actions, it's going to be very effective. And what do they say? They're going to do what you show them, not what you tell them to do. So let's try to be more honest, sincere, humble with our children and with ourselves, so that our children have a better life than we have, not sending our children off a cliff. It's too bad that parents try to cover this up. Sometimes they even have really big problems. They've learned some major lessons by doing the wrong thing. They hide it from their children. They send their children to school. Go to school, Bobby, Sally. Go listen to those teachers. Learn so much about history, about science, about computers. But the parents lost out an opportunity to teach their children one of the most important lessons. The kids grew up. The kids basically go off a cliff into life. I'm 38 years old. I have no idea about my parents' finances even today. If they were to die, it would be a mess. I don't know the net worth. I don't know what bills need to be paid. I don't know how much is owed on the house, what car payments there are, but I'll find out. Do you want your children to be like that, where they're just totally blindsided, and when they leave home, they just go off of a cliff and they have no experience? You didn't explain to them about credit cards, about mortgages, about car payments. You didn't explain to them that you were a little bit lost. You hid all that from them. All they saw was you buying a new car every year. They saw you with a Sea-Doo, a new dirt bike every couple years. They thought that was, oh, everything's going well. But you lost that opportunity to teach them such an important lesson about how to take care of money and what was not working for you. So I ask you to do your kids a favor, do yourself a favor, be honest with yourself, be honest with your kids. It's one of the greatest lessons you can give your children. More important than history or science, more important than the college you send them to, and more important than the job they're going to get, is teach them all the lessons that you've learned. That's a very good legacy to leave behind for your kids, and they can give it to their kids and their kids.